I guess I should start at the beginning. So when I was adopted, well, I was born on Christmas, and then I was in an orphanage for 6 months in Newark in Catholic Charities. Then my mother brought me May 26th. She was moving to Old Bridge, and finally my birth mother signed like the 25th, and she was able to release. They were able to release me to her on May 26th. So she picked me up and we moved to Old Bridge. So I stayed in Old Bridge for my whole life, really.
Monica's parents wanted to change a child's life. They not only adopted her, but 2 more children as well.
My older brother, who I was only there for 6 months with him, and then he passed. But he had juvenile diabetes, so he passed away at 6. When I was 4 years old, they adopted another boy who was 10 years old, and 5 children were removed from a house in Mercer County. So they lived on a farm, and in that time frame, they never, ever, ever, in 1959, they don't remove 5 children from a house. But he had some issues because they were all abused.
Monica said that he went through a lot of trauma.
He really had, my mother thought as long as she gave him love, everything would be fine. That just didn't work. He was really abused. He really was. He used to call him Uncle George. He used to run after him with a pitchfork.
Monica always knew that she was adopted, but she became more curious about her adoption at an older age.
My mother, when she had cancer really bad, she started telling me a little bit about my adoption, and all she knew was her name. I found out then after my mother passed, then I said, okay, it's time to search. Well, when I was searching, it was hard because all the records were closed. But Catholic Charities, I was able to get a certain amount of non-identifying information from them, which I found out that I had 4 siblings that I didn't know, and I was a 5th child. I thought I was the first child. Apparently, she was separated from her husband. But they don't do anything legally back then. Her husband was abusive, and apparently my grandfather was a police officer. He went in and he made her and the 4 kids just pack up their bags and took them back to his house. So there's 8 years between the 4th child and then me. I have a different father because they were separated, but they just get separated. On the records, it just says my birth father is John, and he has blonde hair and blue eyes. This is my mother. She always loved kids. She was a lunch mother. That's my mother and me. This is my birth mother when she was young. Her name was Evelyn. When I went to search, she said that her sister-in-law did not have insurance. You're looking back in 1955. It was different than it is at this point. She gave her sister-in-law her insurance card. So that's why it says Evelyn Worth on my birth certificate. But apparently, and she told me never to meet them. I spoke with her once. She sounded very much like me. She told me that it was her sister-in-law and it wasn't her, but never contact her children because they're bad. They're bad news, and never, just leave it alone because I really don't want to ever do that. Promise me you'll never do it. So I said, okay. Well, of course I did. Turned out as soon as they looked at me, they looked and they said, oh my God. I have a sister who is 14 years different than me, and I could be her twin. I don't have her picture, but they said they're cousins. They were brother and sister. So when I went back to Catholic Charities said, I don't know what she's doing, but that's not true. This is true. The facts that we have are true. So these are the facts that I have. But she kind of sent me on a little wild goose chase because she wanted to take this to her grave, and I felt she gave me life. You know, she had 4 kids. They didn't have much money. You know, she was doing the best she could. Let her take it to her grave. So that's what I did.
Monica is grateful for her life.
I don't know where I would have been, that's for sure. I mean, I was really blessed. I was truly blessed. You know, I think the fact that I was born on Christmas it's still a little bit like, I wish she would have said, yes, just meet me, and that's it. You know, because I talked to my brother, my half-brother, and I was fine. I didn't even care to meet him. I just wanted to talk to him. He sent some pictures, and that was it. I'm good. But I think the fact that it's Christmas, that it's always a constant reminder around here because everybody's saying about my birthday. I had like the best life, and I would have never had that with with them really.
Although all adopted children have their own story, they all share things in common.
I think all adopted children have like a lot in common, just because of the way it is, you know, like your mother's always your mother. Your mother, there's no change in that, and you crucify anybody that said anything bad, but in the meantime, you just want to see the face of the person that had you. You know what? Like you want to know where your nose was.
Monica's story shows the power of adoption. Being a birth mom and making the choice to give up a child for adoption can change that child's life, along with adopting a child. Adoption is giving a child a chance at a good life. I'm Kayla McInerney reporting.